Hi, good evening. Welcome to Spirit Connections here at the WCTV studios. This is the special summer collection, or should I say edition series.
Either one is fine.
Yes.
Yeah, works.
I have Miss Lynne-Marie Revelotis on. How are you, my friend?
I am well. How are you?
Good. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that you wanted to do this. It's only half hour tonight, guys, but that's okay. We can get a lot done in a half hour.
I love being here. It's like it's like one of my favorite places to be.
Thank you. I hope so.
It is.
Well, I mean, you have myself and you, and you really can't go wrong with that. So
it works for me.
You know? So, Lynn, you've been on the show before a couple of times, and I love having you on. And everybody always goes crazy when we have you on because not only you're a spirit medium, but you're also a tarot card reader, and everybody wants to know what's going on. Is it past, future, present? What's happening? So you brought your deck of cards again today.
I did. I brought both decks.
Okay.
If you want, I can explain a little bit about the difference between them.
Sure, let's go for it.
All right. So I brought this deck, which is the deck that I've had for 31 years. This is the Mythic Tarot. They do have a new version of it, but this is the original version. And this is, for some reason, I cannot seem to put down this deck. I love this deck. I use it all the time. It's my favorite thing ever to use. So this is my favorite deck. But I gave in to the pressure of getting a new deck. And I feel, I'm still working with this one, but this one's very powerful. It's called the Crystal Visions Tarot. And I'm very drawn to it, so I think that's probably a good thing. But it's very powerful. There's a lot of light that comes from this deck, and I'm still trying to figure all of that out. So I find that they have very different purposes. This is very much a deck that's comfortable for me as far as sort of getting any energy that reads off of you, and these cards sort of want to tell me what to think.
Now, how long have you been doing this for?
Since, oh my goodness, 38 years.
You don't look a day past 21, my friend.
I love you, yes.
21, I say we go get margaritas to celebrate
Absolutely.
our age. Right?
Margaritas for everybody. Yeah, I started reading the tarot when I was 7, so that gives you an idea of how old I am.
Excellent. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. And so I had the pleasure of meeting you at Bridgewater at Uplifting Connections.
Yes.
And now you're the proud owner. It's your little baby.
I am for the last year and a half.
And
already.
So Uplifting Connections is a metaphysical shop.
It is. It's a holistic center. We have been trying to sort of incorporate all different things in it. So we have Reiki there. We have reflexology there. We have, oh my goodness, all these integrated energy therapy, craniosacral therapy. We have massage, all different types, Swedish, sports, hot stone, aromatherapy, all of that.
Wow.
And then we have a variety of readers available every day. So we have everything from tarot card readers to angel card readers to mediums, such as us. And also we have people that read runes and just a whole bunch of different things. So, and we sell crystals, books, things that are supposed to help you feel better and be better, spiritual gifts, inspirational gifts. I just started buying some more inspirational and spiritual. I'm wearing some of the things that we sell. I have some of my jewelry
not
from
to
there.
Market myself.
Yeah, not to do that, but I figure I'm probably my best advertisement. So
excellent.
Yep. So
well, and you do the tarot cards there. So you
do the tarot cards. We have a psychic fair once a month, and
that's the second Saturday.
Second Saturday of every month, and we have a healing arts fair the fourth Sunday of every month.
So you guys are pretty busy over there.
We try.
I actually about a month ago I got a massage there. By the woman's name was Angela, and she was amazing.
Angela is also the person that I go to for my massage, so she is amazing.
So if you guys are in the Bridgewater, Massachusetts area, definitely go check out Uplifting Connections. But since we can't bring the store here, we figured we'd bring Lynn here to you, and we're going to do some tarot. So basically, tarot is, you had mentioned, a lot of times people will come to you to kind of get some sort of insight, some enlightenment on their life, correct?
Yes. Would you like me to explain what I feel about the tarot?
Go for it.
All right. So the tarot, to me, I always tell people, and sometimes people look at me strangely when I say this, but the tarot for me is a deck that should not be taken lightly, but also it's not here to make decisions for you. It is actually here to just sort of give you an idea of what's around you and what's coming towards you. The tarot is not here to remove your free will. Your free will is to make your own decisions. It's supposed to sort of point things out. So the tarot deck can be a little arrogant, which I like to tell people. Sometimes the tarot will come out and say, that's awesome that you're worried about this, but we want you to pay attention to this. Or sometimes they will say, the cards will come out and say, well, you have 4 decisions and we kind of don't like these and we kind of like these, but feel free to do whatever you like. So that's what I like about the tarot deck.
All right. Well, I'm excited because I
tarot.
know I want to pull a card, and we actually have an audience tonight, so I'm pretty excited
Yes,
about that.
And a very exclusive, amazing audience, I might add.
That's right. All right, so let's start. How do we get started?
So the first thing that you want to do is shuffle those.
Okay.
And if you would like to shuffle those, you may.
That's
our audience member.
Yes. And so am I supposed to be thinking of anything as I shuffle?
No, you're just basically going to just put your energy on the cards. It's mostly to negate my energy on them. The one thing I do with the tarot deck is I wrap them. They get wrapped in cloth. With the Mythic Tarot, because it's so old and there's so much energy, I actually use black cloth. Black absorbs all energy. But I actually use either colored cloth or something with a pattern on it for newer cards, because you want the energy to be confused. You only want it to be the one person. So, so what you're going to do is pick one card. Not that one, just kidding. What? Oh, you picked the Empress.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun card.
It is. The Empress is a very strong card. The Empress indicates the fact that you are germinating something, manifesting something, planting, gardening, working on something. It also indicates needing to pay more attention to personal relationships or relationships within a family. Sometimes it can indicate the beginning of a family, but for most people it's the manifesting or the planting and gardening of a situation.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you can pick a second one.
Okay. Where am I going? No one knows.
And there are, in the average tarot deck, there's 74 cards. 22 of them are major arcana, which is what you just picked, and then there's a bunch, and you just picked another major arcana, very strong cards.
I'm a very strong girl.
Very strong things. Your second card would be the Sun. The Sun is indicating that you need to have some more confidence, or
Okay.
you need to kind of watch your confidence levels. It has to do with this whole manifesting, making sure that you put enough energy into something, making sure that you take the energy and put it in correctly. It is telling you that you need to make sure that nothing else shines brighter than the sun. So that's sort of something that you need to keep in mind.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Jeez, if I
Little
knew there was going to
Riri.
be singing involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. And you can pick a third.
Okay, where am I going? Where am I going? Okay, so I feel like I need to go over here, but this one's staring at me, so I'm going to go over here.
Good, you did not. I was like, if you pick another major arcana card, it's a whole different
Well, I want to
ballgame.
see what. Can I peek
Yeah,
at this
go
one?
ahead, sure. Yeah, that still wasn't. However, I do want to point out that you picked swords. So swords
still
are
picking
you're still
swords.
picking swords. Swords are about conflict. Swords are about resolving issues. Swords are about being on the end of an argument or the end of a conflict. A lot of people think conflicts are negative, but actually conflicts are what we sometimes learn from. So it's really good to pick a sword card. In your case, you picked the Eight of Swords, which means that you're sort of feeling torn between two issues. And having picked the King of Swords, it's usually having something to do with the male energy. We'll leave that alone. But but the Eight of Swords is, and male energy doesn't always mean men. It can just mean the opposite. Like if you're feeling very emotional, it could mean having to make an intellectual decision. If you're feeling very intellectual, it could mean making an emotional decision. It's the yin yang.
Okay.
But Eight of Swords is sort of feeling very much like, should I just go with what I feel I'm supposed to be doing, or should I actually make a full-on decision? So this is sort of giving you an indication that you have to sort of like plant it, manifest it, get it going. Remember that you need to feed it with your own energy and your own confidence, and then sort of make your decision from there.
Wow. So that's pretty amazing. And of course, I never share personal information. And don't worry, I'm still not going to share personal information.
Nor am I going to tell her what anything else I pick up from. Just kidding.
But that's the thing. The last show that we had you on, people had called in and picked out. Oh no, actually, it was through the chat room. People had picked cards through the chat room, And they had gotten back to me after the show, and they just said, you were amazing on what you picked up. Even though they picked the cards, it's what the information that you provided them with.
I have a great love and affection for the tarot. I think it's an amazing, amazing tool for divination, and I also just think it's just an amazing tool in general. It's very ancient. It's a modality that a lot of people, I have to say, study it for many, many years, such as I did, and they really learn to grow with it. I think that the problem with the tarot is it sometimes has a negative connotation. I think sometimes people think the tarot is more of a lower energy or a lower vibration deck, but it's really not. The difference for me between, and I can only speak for me, between tarot and angel cards, for example, is that angels have a higher vibration. They're more about who's looking out for you and giving you support and trying to tell you where they're trying to support you the most. The tarot kind of lives in the real world. Mm-hmm. I always say that the tarot is kind of like earth and the angels are kind of like heaven. Down here it's always a little bit of a lower vibration, and I guess I'm a lower vibration kind of girl.
No. I was on the low side, not the high side.
But that's why I like the tarot, because I think that it's really great. I love people that do, I have a lot of people at the store that do past life regression, and I'm always fascinated by it. But at the same time, I always say that if I find out I was a wealthy, thin princess in another life, it's just going to aggravate me. So for me, the tarot is a card that tells me about what's happening right now, not necessarily what's happening so much further down the road, but for right now, because sometimes right now is where I need the help.
That's right, and we just have to, again, I always say it's information that you need to hear, not necessarily information that you want to hear. So we might be turning a blind eye to it only because we're procrastinating actually fixing or actually, having it surface and dealing with the issues. So
for good luck, I think you should pick, I don't like uneven card numbers.
Okay,
so I think you should
4.
pick 2 more.
Oops.
Yeah.
I got a little overexcited over that. Where am I going? This seems so obvious, though. I want to pick this one, but I feel like I should pick that one. I just want to look at it.
Yeah, you like those kings that
I like the kings.
The 3 of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Very, very interesting. The 3 of Pentacles kind of goes along with the other 3 cards, talking about the working hard stage of getting what you want. Pentacles usually have to do with career, money, financial decisions, certain things, but they're working cards. They're basically more about your levels of working and where you can go with that. So that's very interesting that you would pick that, because it's, even though it's a low number, it's already being established. So it's about being established and working harder to get to where you want to be. And the King of Cups is about your personal situation with yourself, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your heart, your relationship with your own situations, about whether or not you want to continue to plant those, grow those, manifest those, and doing something that you feel passionate or intense about. So very good. King of Pentacles would be for you, this is sort of like the epitome of where you're heading. That's where you're on top of the career. That's a little further away for you.
All right. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it as it comes.
So, I mean, you might not be physically further away from that, but the cards are saying there's more to come.
All right. Well, I like that.
Yeah, it's a good situation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Love them. They're so great.
And keep in mind, too, because we are doing just a half-hour show, Lynne-Marie actually goes for, because I actually, after the show, I went and made an appointment with Lynne-Marie, and it was a 40-minute reading. Mm-hmm. And she took the time to actually go into personal stuff, which, because we air it, we're not going to air out our personal stuff here. But
notice I didn't pick any cards for myself.
Right. So we do kind of keep it very generalized to a point, just so you guys can get an idea.
Right. Whenever I do demonstrations involving tarot cards, they are strictly about the card, not necessarily fitting into your situation. If you came to me for a reading, we would fit the cards. There would be more cards, first of all, and they would be fit into a spread that's more personal for you. So when we do demonstrations, we just pull the card and read what the card itself means.
Excellent. All right.
So my next person, so you want to start with just one. Oh, apparently it's a King of Pentacles.
No way. High five. I just dropped my mic.
The King of Pentacles in this particular deck has a slightly different meaning. It's not a bad or good meaning, it's just different. The King of Pentacles is about change. It is about taking the lead on something. So with it being the first card that you're pulling, I would probably suggest that you have some sort of change going on, some sort of career choices, maybe ending something, beginning another. That would be a whole indication of that. So would you like to pick another one? And just as a curiosity, in this deck there are 75 cards. There is something called the unknown card in this deck, which is very interesting, which makes it a little bit different. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about being very, very much involved with your own self, not in a bad way. The Queen of Cups is about having passion for yourself, about having passion for something that has to do with yourself. It's also, I would probably assume that you're either a mother or taking care of a mother. There would probably also be indications of sort of making life at home a priority. This is a cup that's about sort of being very female. It's a very, very female card. And, you know, a lot of people don't celebrate what female means in the tarot deck, but females are goddesses in the tarot deck. They do everything.
Yes, we are.
So it's a very, very good card to pick, especially if being followed up with such a masculine energy as the king. So you've picked a king and a queen. Good for you. So so there's going to be 5 in total. So do you want to pick your next one? Okay.
So far, so good.
Okay, this is the Page of Swords. That's an interesting card to pick after this. And I think it's just so interesting that you've picked a king, a queen, and now a page. So you're still in the royal family. Page of Swords is about having to sort of start a conflict, which is an interesting card to pick when you have 2 very settled cards. So you have a king and a queen, very settled, very balanced. Page of Swords is sort of about shifting that balance off, sort of saying to yourself, okay, I need to change something, but it might not always be the most pleasant thing or the easiest thing to do, but you're in control of it. So rather than having the conflict hitting you, you're sort of creating the waves that might be making the changes. So it's a good position to be in, but it does indicate that you do have to sort of understand that there might be some ripples that won't go necessarily as pleasant as you might like. So that will be number 4. Wow, another Pentacles card. 10 of Pentacles is about security. So when you pick a security card, it has to do with career, it has to do with money, it has to do with finances. So this is all about a security situation. Notice that it is not in the royal family. However, it is right underneath the page. So you have definitely gone king, queen, page, 10. Very interesting.
And she still has another one left.
And still has another one left. So the 10 of Pentacles is about security and is about telling you that you can achieve that security, but not without some work, and that has to follow with this conflict. Okay. Like I said, people look at conflict cards and think that they are negative, but they're not. Predominantly, they're just saying, understand that every action has a reaction, and some of those reactions you may not be completely prepped for, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. Okay. And a 5. Well, you did keep going down. 5 of Swords is about lessening conflicts. So that's good. It's telling you that whatever's out there is not going to be that difficult. But the 5 of Swords is also a crossroads card. It is sometimes picked when you're at a crossroads, or it's also telling you that you may have to change a plan at some point in time to sort of make it fit to where it's going to end up heading. So just out of curiosity, because she picked an extra, I'm going to have you pick an extra too.
Okay, great.
I'm just kind of curious where that 5 of Swords is going, so. Selfishly, I would like her to pick another card. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. Excellent card, and a Major Arcana card. The Wheel of Fortune is about fate sort of being more in control than maybe you like to think, or maybe that you like to understand. But this is a good thing. It's not a negative. When fate's in control and it comes after the 5 of Swords, it basically means that the fates are going to show you which direction to go in, and it's just a matter of you needing to pay attention. So they're saying that they're going to take care of you, basically. So that's an excellent card to pick. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's all
Yay.
good. So does this resonate with you?
Absolutely.
It does.
Spot on to what's going on in my life right now. Absolutely. And the Wheel of Fortune kind of makes me feel a little bit better because I'm struggling to find the way. So if I can just be shown the way, that would be great.
Yeah, and I think that, you have such a divine order of cards, king, queen, page, 10, 5, and then a major arcana to finish it up. Excellent source. So
I bet you didn't know you were getting a reading today.
That was awesome. Thank you.
yeah.
I love it.
So just out of curiosity, I just want to show you a couple cards
Yes.
if I can. So obviously I should be a Las Vegas dealer because of the way that I can spread those. I've just had many, many years of practice. But I just wanted to show, this is the Hermit. Now the Hermit isn't it interesting that I knew I was going to pick a major arcana card? We can thank you later.
Shocking.
Shocking. The Hermit is a major arcana card, and the reason that I want to point that out is because, like I said, there are 22 major arcana cards in most tarot decks. Some of them have, variables, but most of them follow that. And the 22 major arcana cards are very strong cards. So each card has its own meaning sort of on its own. And this one is the Hermit, which means that I really need to stop. This is telling me that I really need to stop thinking that I'm all alone in the world, that's up to me to decide whether I want to be or I don't want to be. But this is telling me that that's what I would need to change. See, I don't care. I'll get right person.
We're never truly alone. That's my motto. We're
And
never
then
truly
hopefully
alone.
this will be a minor. And it is not. Because apparently my cards want to tell me something. That is the High Priestess, which is a psychic card.
Ooh, shocking.
It is,
there, too.
I know, it is a psychic card, and it's basically telling me that I have messages waiting for me, is kind of what that's telling me. But, oh, good, I picked a minor. So I just wanted to point out the difference. This is a Six of Cups. Cups is almost always about pretty much basically what it looks like: love, family, relationships, interpersonal relationships. It's not always a boyfriend-girlfriend situation or a girlfriend-girlfriend situation or a boyfriend-boyfriend situation or marriage. It can be a brother-sister, it can be a parent-child, it can be a grandparent-grandchild. It's almost always about your heart, though. It's where your heart's lying. My Six of Cups is telling me that I have some rebuilding to do in that area. But
Don't we all, my friend?
That
Don't we all?
it makes me feel just fine to know that it's on the upper end, so it's a good thing. So, but I just,
Rebuilding,
yeah,
heart's broken. It's part of life.
it's all good. So that was fun.
Yeah.
I wish we had a whole line of people. So the next time I'm here, we need to have a whole lot of people.
I
come
would
in.
love that. That's a good idea. I
Pick
should
some
just
cards.
get a live studio audience. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't pick cards?
Do you want to pick out of here?
I thought you
need
said
to
pick some
shuffle.
cards. I was like, okay.
Well, let's see what these ones have to say for you. So you can go ahead and shuffle those, if you don't mind.
We can always have Warren. Warren likes
Warren.
picking cards.
Warren, you like picking cards?
I obviously am not a Vegas dealer.
Years of
painful.
practice.
It's painful to watch. Oh my God.
They just want to jump at you.
They do. Oh, look at this one came out. The sun.
See, look at that,
Okay.
the sun. So my
As it is
curiosity
sunny
will be whether or not you pick along the same lines or even some of the same exact cards like you just did
Okay.
from a separate deck. Because the cards, like I said, they're arrogant. They want to tell you what they want you to know, period. So I know that our studio audience has experience with angel cards. So would you say that that's kind of true, that the angel cards are more heavenly and these are more sort of down here?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It makes sense when you
good-
said it.
That's a
Yes.
good way to describe it. So I've never heard it described that way, and that's a really good way to look at it, to understand it.
I have an angel oracle deck. I don't read them professionally, but I love them. I bought this angel oracle deck that I just loved the pictures and I felt really connected to. And so sometimes when I don't read for myself, it's against my personal beliefs, but other than for demonstration purposes. But I actually have picked a few angel cards and I feel very comforted by them because I feel that that's a message that comes from higher. It's not coming from necessarily within me, so I like that. All right, so here's my next thing. Are you right or left-handed?
I'm a righty.
So with your left hand, you want to pull out 3 cards. And I want you to put them in whatever way you want me to read them.
Where do I
You
go?
always struggle with the last one.
Okay, we can do it like that. I kind
good?
of feel like I should switch these, but
The Hermit.
no. 2 peas in a pod right here.
King of Pentacles.
I like
which
it.
you picked me previously. And the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a new card for you. That's an interesting card coming up in this particular position. The Hermit is actually the opposite of the Sun. It's about kind of looking inside of yourself and being more comfortable with this, but it sort of has the same meaning, that it's about looking into yourself and taking the confidence and being able to understand that everything comes from within. The King of Pentacles sort of goes along, as we said, that was the last card that you picked the last time, and that's about sort of having an achievement or having a goal in mind.
Got it.
But the Three of Wands is an interesting card because it's a triangle communication card. So what that card means is that sometimes things aren't always what they seem, and that you always sort of have to war between how you feel about something and what you're actually hearing.
Right.
So that is a very interesting thought process.
Interesting.
Go ahead and give me two more.
I can't do anything with my left hand either.
Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords. So you had picked an Eight of Swords previously, so and a King of Swords previously. So the Ace of Swords doesn't surprise me. It goes along with the King of Pentacles. It's a step up from that King of Swords. So Ace of Swords is actually a very powerful card. It's basically talking about any situations you being in control of. So it's a control card. A lot of people think control is negative, but the tarot card views control as meaning you get to make choices. And anytime you get to make choices, the tarot thinks that's awesome. So it's about being in control of things. But the Five of Swords is, again, a crossroads where having to make those decisions sometimes can be a little draggy for you. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, I do have to say, we can continue the card reading after the show.
Yeah.
But we are out of time for right now.
Wow, that was fast.
I know. How quick does this go
crazy.
when we only have a half hour?
I know. It was awesome.
I like it, though. It's like wham, bam.
Thank you so much for having me back here. I love coming here, and I love being able to talk about the tarot. I love the tarot.
Anytime.
So it's great.
Well, like I said, after the first time you were on, my phone blew up in the sense of, when's she coming on? Where does she do
that's great.
readings? And so I was so excited. So I'm
Yeah.
happy to have you back. I would love to have you back again.
Yay.
And so people can find Lynne-Marie at Uplifting Connections in Bridgewater.
Yes.
And what is your Facebook page?
Facebook is Uplifting Connections or Spirit Medium Lynne-Marie.
Okay.
You can reach me at upliftingconnections.com or spiritmediumlynne-marie.com.
Excellent.
So.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Grace.